And then we can see what you guys remember from the last session. And then we'll, see how far we get without Tauchi. Which could be interesting.
Right. So what happened? So Tenos had his fling with Raquel. He kind of learned some stuff about difference between the lords and the high lords, and how things kind of run at the upper end. And then I don't know, they did some flirting and stuff at the fancy restaurant they were at. And I think they kind of left on the premise of they enjoyed the date. They might see each other later, but Raquel had to go off and do some work. So she had a note passed to her by someone, and she said something along the lines of when she wants to be found, she can be found, and she's usually in the square around the hall of the hammer? Yeah, by the notice board, I think. That sort of area. Then
I think she said Tenos. Her daddy is the
is the
captain
of the watch, yeah. And there was a conversation of Tenos wanted to meet her father, and she's like, "Oh, it's a bit soon for that, but if you want to, you can mention her name when he goes to visit the watch, to arrange a meeting with her father." After their date, Tenos and Slicks meet back up. Trying to remember, I don't think we did too much else in the market area. There was talks of, trying to figure out what we wanted to do, but we ended up deciding that we were just going to go straight to the docks. I can't remember, did we meet Joycey before the docks, or did we meet him at the docks?
After that, you wanted to go and sell weapons. You went to...
we went to Forge, didn't we? Yes, that's right.
Tenos showed Forge a helmet, asked his opinion.
Yes.
Forge said it contains the helmet of a spirit which is yearning for release. But the spirit was scared of means. Tenos put the helmet on and spoke to Sildar. Sildar was like, "Get me the fuck away from this place, this guy's a fucking weirdo." He suggested that Forge is very old and not what he seems. And ultimately when they sell the weapons, Forge kind of like clicks his fingers as they disappear in fire. And then you, on the way out, you bump into Joyce the Fix, who says that your comrades are on the way. Meet up at the docks.
Yes, and also that the docks were suspiciously empty, which we confirmed when we arrived. Faust and Tauchi departed from Captain Jack's vessel. There was some back and forth about payment for Faust. I think Faust, there was a whole thing of Faust getting paid for doing a show. He was refusing payment at first, but then after being told that it would be a bad omen if they did not pay for what they received, he took a single silver piece, and then after, when disembarking, he then tossed that silver piece back to the crew, saying, basically thanks for the ride. After giving their farewells, and everybody meeting back up, Joycey then reiterates that it's a bit empty around here, but there's a lot of people at the gate, including possibly a big beholder guy. And then, as he was talking to us mid-conversation, he goes, basically, oh shit, so it's about to happen, and fucking runs off.
So before disembarking, Faust was thinking about what set him down the route. What set him down the route of stepping to and from Ilmater and put on Dorkin's ring. Dorkin was like, I'm sure you'll make me proud, but you can always do more. You know the right path to follow. When disembarking, Faust was a little bit of a dick, and Tauchi kind of glossed things over a little bit. And Tauchi spoke to Tauchi 2 about Forge. Tauchi 2 said that Forge was not always Forge, and that he's older than anybody. Tauchi asks of the First Lady, and Tauchi 2 said that he used to be able to see her clearly, but a veil has fallen over her recently. Not sure what that relates to. And Tauchi 2 explains that the split happened when they touched the sword underground. Yeah, sorry, and then crack on.
That's good. My notes are absolutely horrendous. I was sick last week. Mostly it's just from memory.
Okay.
So then there was we were confronted by some drow and their pets, basically saying, we're rounded up worthy-looking people to play in the Circle of Games tournament. And they basically told us they're going to beat the shit out of us and drag us over there. They beat the shit out of Slicks and no one else, and then they were quite violently killed. The first one went down quickly, the second one attempted to surrender, and the party were initially accepting their surrender and started questioning him. However, due to Slicks's battered state, and his mind regressed back to his youth when he was in the slums of a city. Don't have a name for that. Where it was basically kill or be killed on the street, and he basically ran down the last drow and took him out.
So the when you said that there was 2 of them, there was actually 3 of them, but one of them was such a little bitch, died without doing anything.
That wasn't a drow. That was the
Scarecrow drow.
Yeah.
It's a scarecrow that was very, very scary and had some very impressive fear-inducing things. Had, you not all had fire-based magic attacks that just saw us very quickly.
I really want to use my new fire sword on it, but because I was last in the turn, Tauchi just killed it instantly. I didn't get a chance to hit it.
And when so the drow that we were talking to, Slicks ultimately killed, was only 6 days away from retirement.
They all say that.
And Tenos, after doing that, Tenos turned to Slicks and said, "Your actions will get you killed quicker than any blade."
I believe he said your pride. Your actions. I remember that because that kind of like hit me. I was like, oh my god, that's a really good line. And then Slicks just looks at him, glares at him, and doesn't reply.
Joycey handed the party a note, poorly handwriting, saying, "No one will believe me. Why won't anyone believe me?" I think we had a picture of the presumably Felion.
It was one of Joyce's informants, one of his guys.
And Faust took the clothes of one of the slaves and disguised himself, taking his ID. And Joycey advised Rosh is waiting in a local inn called the Golden Axe.
We took 2 crossbows, and do we get the daggers as well?
I can't remember if you said that you picked up the daggers. You certainly can do. Let me just see. Oh, there was. They had hand crossbow and short swords.
Short swords, that's right. Yeah.
And I will put the extra stuff that they do in the chat. Yeah, and so another thing that I'm going to assume that since Tenos is with you, that Tenos would share the note that he made and put on the notice board. Which
you mentioned it at the end of the last session.
Yeah, so
is this another one?
So he would, I'm assuming, tell you guys what it actually said, which was hostile vermin approaching the gates, move soldiers from the riverbank and sea to interfere. So that was what Tenos put on the gates, which explains why the docks were left mysteriously uninhabited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is a nice touch.
Because of that, if Flicks wasn't nearly dead right now, he would mention that this is probably a great time to have a look out at the enemy base, which we believe is actually at the Hall of the Hammer. Or at least that's where the hammer is, and we assume that the Veil are basically taking over.
I think I think ultimately we obviously need to get to the hammer. We need to get that other bit of weapon, and presumably we want to take both halves to the forge.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of goal. But I think right now, well, Slick definitely isn't up for any kind of combat. And also, you got to remember, we've got an assassin after us.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not after us, it's after you.
No, it's after all of us. He just met with Slicks because we're of a...
I'm pretty sure Faust doesn't have a black hand.
It was a black dot.
Black dot. Black spot. Grom does. Grom's already does. He ate it. Assassins and gay.
I believe from Slick's conversation with Clean, it was very much our entire party has had the contract taken out on us, not just the 3 of us that were in the hammer at the time. So
I mean, we've not been served with development papers, so.
I mean, I'm all in favour of Faust taking the approach of, if an assassin tries to attack, going, "Excuse me, sir, technically.
Actually, sir.
I mean, that would be in character for a warlock. It's like, silly. The rules say that you haven't presented us with the contract. Therefore, you cannot take said contract out yet.
Ollie's disconnected.
So the other things you'll have seen the handouts are in the in Roll20 now of both the message that you got back from the governor in response to your what you sent for Alfonso, and Tauchi also had a book entry that has coalesced and formed more substantial words, which he may or may not decide to share with the group.
What's the date today?
So today is still the 10th of Black. And so you know that the estimate is that the governor's forces will arrive on the 15th, and also that's the date that's penciled in for the events at the Circle of Games.
Sorry to go back. The crossbow, just looking at it. Is it a hand crossbow?
Yes.
Or is it a light crossbow?
Let me just...
Okay, if it's a hand crossbow, then there's no point in me using it because my short bow is better. Which is the exact same damage and has higher range.
Yeah, I think both of them had hand crossbows. Faust picking it up. Not with the intention of using it, but just as an additional thing, making the costume a bit better.
Yeah, it's a hand crossbow and short sword. And there was an attempt to extract some venom sacs from the spiders, which failed miserably. So I believe the plan was to go straight to the Golden Axe Tavern, with several people wanting a bit of a rest, I think.
I think so.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think basically, I think Faust would want to speak to the Watch and the Golden Tavern, want to collect information.
Okay.
So yeah, I think the Golden Axe is probably the sensible first stop, by virtue of the fact that presumably Roche has some dealings with. Albeit on like a tenuous basis, like maybe they have a biannual meet up with nearby towns type watch. Let's look at the best practices for our local watch.
So from the conversation,
A watch officer's away day.
From the conversation that Tenos had with his lady friend, kind of got that the watches, well, especially the Hammer watch, sees themselves as superior to Amps and Burl watch. So they probably aren't going to be very cooperative. So that may cause some issues down the line with the Amps and Burl watch coming here.
Oh, look, don't be saying stuff like that. You're going to make him make notes, and then he's going to ruin it. It's like a genie. It's like
anything I can come up with is probably already come up.
No, it's like a genie granting your wish, but then fucking you over in the process.
Yeah, because I mean, imagine I would expect at the very least that you would have expected me to come up with some consequences to you asking a neighbouring town to marshal an army to march on the capital city.
Now when you say it like that, it sounds awful.
Cool. Hey, Ollie.
Hey, maybe bosses.
So, we've done the recap, and everyone is heading over to the Golden Axe Tavern, which I will put a little dot on, which is here. And I will pull you over to the map for that one.
Hello. Who's linked up there? I wasn't looking at the Rush. Actually, great fox, alright.
So the tavern. If you scroll to the right, you've got the first floor and the second floor, but don't look at the ground floor and the first floor. Don't look at the first floor yet because you've not been up there. But I'm going to assume that you go in by the front door. If anyone wants to not go in by the front door, cool. But let me know, and let me just stick everyone's thingies. Who else is with you? NPCs. You've got Buttercup, and I think you've disposed of all the other NPCs.
Disposed.
Yes, I ran away.
Grom did no such thing. Grom did not run away.
Oh, other than Grom. Grom was a valiant ally, and Slicks mourns his death.
Yeah, we could have resurrected him, but I'll put 10 on there as well.
I don't think he would have appreciated being resurrected as a proper warrior. Death in battle is the way to go. To be resurrected takes away from that death.
Grom wouldn't be able to put the pieces together and realise that he was resurrected. He'd just think he had a very bad sneeze. So thank you for the doodle on the right hand side.
Thank you. Got an uncanny timing there. Jesus Christ. Sorry guys, I went down to get a cider just as Hannah was walking up the stairs with the cider, and she proceeded to scream in my face.
I think most people have that reaction to see you.
I would if I saw Dave at the top of the stairs.
Especially our stairs. It's not meant to be there.
So we have the Golden Axe Tavern. It's got a decent throng of people in. As you walk in, you can see there's a couple of people serving drinks. There's a middle-aged looking barman, a few kind of common folk, and you can see some of you will recognise Captain Roche sitting alone at a table near the door. And you also see a table over here of three people wearing the uniform of the Watch of the Hammer.
Okay, so I don't think Slicks is going to go in straight away. I think he's just going to hang out by the door and just listen.
Okay. The Shield Guardian would struggle to fit through the door, so you can have him go inside if you wish, but it would be a conspicuous struggle.
I think it's probably best that the liabilities of the party stay outside. So straight up, I think Buttercup. I think she could maybe keep the Guardian company. Probably in that kind of configuration. So she's far away, but obviously still in hearing distance, just in case. I think Faust probably drop the hand crossbow he's got, and would look to disguise himself as generic townsperson for 6.
Okay.
And then just mosey on in.
I mean, the only person that knows Roche isn't here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think we'd have known that he's a dragonkin and he's the only dragonkin there, right?
I mean, well, Telos is here in character. It's just his player, isn't he?
So he'd be able to point him out to you, but also he is very much dressed in the regalia of the Amsonville Watch.
Yeah.
So he's not hiding his. He's like
no. He's Roche would never go in disguise.
Yeah. Faust is from Hammerfall. He'd recognise definitely the watch, possibly, probably the captain of the watch, maybe. Probably seen him walking around town at some point or another. He's lived there all his life.
What else? Oh, the other thing that it's only fair to tell you, since you control her in fights, as promised was going to happen at some point, Buttercup McBlood's level of chaos has gone up by 1.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there's some extra things that happen when she's in combat now.
Right, so Buttercup cannot knock out an enemy by taking them 0 HP. If they go down, they're completely dead. Their body begins to disintegrate, taking 1d4 hours to completely break down into dust. That's not at all creepy. When initiative is rolled, Buttercup is engulfed by translucent magical flame, which does not harm her, but does burn flammable items not being worn or carried by Buttercup. On every round of combat, at the start of her turn, the radius of the magical flame spreads 5 foot outwards. Any creature touched by the flame must succeed a DC 14 Dex saving throw or take 4d8 radiant damage. Flammable objects not being carried are also damaged. When intending to take a hostile action, pick an attack card. Okay, and then save.
Are they the same?
Yep.
I think that last is the same.
Yep.
I don't remember going into
we don't get to
flames.
combat here. Yeah, I hope we don't get to combat here and Slicks isn't standing next to it, because he will go to 0 probably, and he apparently 0 means death, even if they're an ally.
I'm struggling. Maybe it's time to go and see the ladies. This doesn't feel like an ideal situation.
And Ollie, now that you're here, the message in your book, footnote in your book, or that page in your book, while the players know about it, the characters will only know about it if you tell them about it. Otherwise, it is completely your gift to keep it a secret or use it whenever, or any of that stuff. So you walk into the tavern and these are the people who you see.
So I'm going to make an assumption that the entry relates to Buttercup, right? Be my assumption.
We don't know until it says Buttercup. I don't think we can. It was always an assumption.
It's an assumption, but that's what I'm saying. I assume it relates to... Does anyone have any other assumptions to the contrary?
No, I assumed it relates to Buttercup, but equally, we have come across quite a few characters, First Lady, for instance, and there might be more to come. So yeah, I don't know. I'd be reticent to just use it out of the blue on Buttercup. Seems like a bit of a stab in the back.
That's not what Dovkin would do. Dovkin would have an epiphany and then just do it.
Probably.
And then go, this summons a what? Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, if she went cray-cray, he'd probably give it a go. But I think the ladies have been pretty straight with us. We've not really got any reason to not believe them currently. I think Fauci would roughly try and consult the book, as in read while with the intention of finding information about the ladies. Next time he's in need of a break, assuming Buttercup doesn't go cray-cray before then, but yeah, I do. My personal opinion is that she's better off with the ladies, especially because we've got a god coming to this exact location.
Yeah.
Do you?
I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice to have her on our side, but I think at this, well, I mean, ultimately the party doesn't know that she's going to turn into a fucking ball of flame whenever in the next fight. I mean, it
some
does rather
information
feel
when you
like
did the thought reading thing with her, you kind of got some sort of impression of what's being held within her.
yeah, but not like flaming, fiery.
She's
Goddess of death.
literally cast fireball at us a few times now, so we don't necessarily, we've never massively benefited from her having it being in a fight. Might go as far as to say we've never benefited.
I won't go that far.
Definitely have.
I don't remember the kobolds.
She's magic missiled a few people.
Yeah, true. But yeah,
But yeah,
the exploding kitten, isn't she? Like,
You have been warned multiple times by the lady that
yeah,
she needs to be with her people, otherwise she's going to go crazy and destroy everything.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, on the flip side of it, you know, like when you are like playing GTA, and instead of doing the main mission, just try and see how many stars you can get. I'm kind of intrigued. What happens when we get to like level 6, level 7 chaotic awakening? Just like raise the planet to nothing.
Well, didn't we hear that Baba Yaga had some wilder years than, and she's pretty unhinged now, right? But stable. Stable is a relative term. Yeah, I worry that chaos rapidly becomes death for everyone.
I mean, what we do is we just make sure that she's way away.
So Slickster's opinion on this would be, firstly, he joined the party late. He doesn't know. He hasn't had too much experience with Buttercup. Considering when he did join the party, she then left with the other group. But he would also say that he doesn't want someone that volatile standing behind him.
yeah. There's only been one murderer in this group.
Yeah.
But this murderer doesn't
kill
get
quicker
exploded.
than any. Your actions will get you killed quicker than any blade.
Yeah.
So one to ponder. You walk into the tavern. Presumably Faust in the lead, dressed as you're just dressed as a commoner.
Yeah.
And is your disguised self? Is that your clothes, or at your facial appearance and voice as well?
It's everything.
Okay,
So
cool.
it's just I'm basically casting guy self at will.
Okay, so you can hear so you can see that the members of the watch are talking amongst themselves at this table here. You've got Captain Rush here. You've got barman, innkeeper, whatever, and some people serving stuff around. And the only other thing that happens before kind of you guys do tell me what you want to do is that Faust, you hear a little whisper in your ear. No one else hears this, but Faust, you hear, "Thank you for that name. Wasn't easy, but I got it done. Not quite what I was expecting, but oh, she was tasty.
Nice.
Something feels different now, though.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Can't quite put my finger on what. Something feels different. I mean, it was tough going. She took it out of me, but I got rid of her. and then that whisper disappears.
Have you corrupted your evil patron further down the line of chaos?
I mean, it sounds like that might be a possibility. But I also don't think that we should say things like this whilst Rick can hear, in case he's giving me ideas.
I'm pretty sure he's already got a lot of ideas on that front. I think we're in for a world of pain from that.
I say all these ideas, but they're not. But I also have more ideas that I plan to do.
Good.
I'd say the wild ones to throw Rick off.
I mean, let's not forget you're almost dead already. You might not get a chance to do any of those ideas.
You don't know how many backup characters I've got in my head.
Talking to.
Okay. So I think Faust would just kind of go up to the bar, get a drink, and just kind of loiter at the end of the bar nearest to the watch, see if there's anything particularly interesting that they're talking about.
Okay, yeah, barman. If you're kind of just straight, give me a drink. Barman slides one across to you, and you're paying now, or are you starting a tab?
I'll start a tab.
Aye, right. Name?
Jeff.
Jeff. Last name, Jeff.
Stars.
Jeff Stars. Aye, grand. Have you got any kind of identification or collateral? Usually folk just sling a sword at the back, so I can keep I'm on good terms with some of the dealers and blacksmiths. Or you can throw some coin, up to you.
I've got so I think I'll produce a rapier, put the rapier on the table.
Aye, that'll be grand, thank you. Same for them what came in with you? Or are you together, or you know?
I'm sure they can sort themselves out.
Aye, right, fair enough. On you go. So, are you trying to listen in to these guys' conversation?
100% listening in.
Okay, give me a perception check, please. Okay. We'll come back to that. 16 perception. What are Tauchi and Slick's doing? Is Slick still hanging about outside?
Yes, so I think he would attempt to not actively hide himself, but also try and not look obviously there.
Would you scope out the building?
Kind of like blending in, trying not to stand out. Or so someone did find him, okay, that guy's hiding.
Okay, so give me... I'll let you choose either a stealth or performance. See how well that goes.
I mean, it's got to be stealth.
Well, bear in mind everything's a disadvantage. It doesn't matter that everything's a disadvantage.
Oh yeah, it's the poison.
Yes, yeah, you're still poisoned. In fact, I'm going to put a little poisoned thing next to you. There we go. But yeah, you still get a 27. So yeah, fair to say that you're reasonably inconspicuous. Tauchi.
I would have thought Tenos would probably have pointed out Rosh to you.
Yeah.
As you walked in. So, maybe encouraging to speak with them, but... something for Jim.
Alternatively, yeah. I'm very happy for us to say that Tenos spent his time talking with Captain Rosh, and we will reveal what was revealed later on, given that they are reasonably pally.
I think that
Yeah.
sounds like a good shout.
But yeah, well, but I mean, Tao Chi's very free to talk to Captain Roche regardless, if you wish.
We think, is this guy here sat on the bar or sat on the bench?
This guy here is sat at the bar.
Okay. I think Tao Chi would go get a ask for a brew.
Right. No worries. Are you paying now or stand at top?
Just pay now.
Right. Fair enough. It's not expensive. He slides you over a drink.
Cool. Then Tao Chi would go and sit at his bench here. I think, and just take in the surroundings, have a bit of a drink, see if anyone's talking, and kind of just muse for a minute while he goes and shouts at some children.
Okay.
While his player goes and shouts at them.
Sounds good. Okay, so Faust, with your 16 perception, you can hear. You don't hear the full kind of stream of conversation that's happening between them. You pick up enough to get the feeling that there's one of these three that is slightly more senior than the others, but you don't know kind of ranks or anything like that, and you don't pick up anyone's names. But you hear bits of conversation where they are talking about the possibility of war, the possibility of conscription, and what that means for being in the watch. And they also talk about the fact they start talking about the fact that the people in charge seem to be losing a grip on things, and the Vale are making some pretty strong arguments in terms of being stronger and better to handle things than those in charge.
Okay. A little concerning. Sounds good. I think Faust would look or play drunk and stumble across to the table. Kind of say, "Oh, did I hear you say something about conscription?"
Give me a performance check. No. Okay. You stumble into them. One says, "You didn't hear anything. I think it's in everyone's best interests if you take your drunkenness somewhere else and don't bother us. We don't want to have to go on duty for drunk and disorderly."
I think Faust would say, obviously, I wouldn't want to upset the watch, and then just ever so slightly louder than almost imperceptibly louder than just like, I obviously don't to be, I don't want to be top of the list if conscription is necessary. I'll keep myself to myself.
One of the others at the table says, "What have you heard? Do you know something we don't?"
I've not heard anything. Not heard anything, sir. Just rumours. I thought I heard someone talking about something here, and you look like very important people. You look like you might know about things like this. And old Jeff here, he's a lover, not a fighter. Not a big fan of war. Don't really want to be, any kind of conscription doesn't sound good to old Jeff here.
Describe to me how you look in your disguise. What level of social standing are you? Are you kind of peasant in the gutter? Are you middle class, or are you kind of pretty well off?
Lower middle class, definitely. Like proper riff-raff, but not like proper homo.
Okay, so one of them says, "No one's safe if there's war. Everything will be fucked if there's war." And they quickly get an elbow in the side, and another one leans over, says, "Are you Vale?"
I'm not Vale, but I've been known to take it easy.
Do you mean steady?
That is exactly what I meant. Jeff, he's had a few Stouffer press.
How loud are you being? In fact, no, I'm not gonna let you make that roll, because you did such a good performance at being convincingly drunk. I would say that you do not have any ability to whisper this. And
I wouldn't be whispering, no.
Okay, that's fine. That just means that other people in the tavern might have heard you. Where are you from? Are you from here?
I'm from Amsterdam, but I got into town a few weeks ago.
Ha. It all makes sense now. Deserter, are you?
Jeff's a lover, not a fighter.
Well, you come to the wrong place then, haven't you? You must be pissed. If your boss is right there, you weren't paying too much attention, were you? And then the other one despondent goes, "It doesn't matter. I've heard that war's coming. It's already set in stone. All fucked." And gets another elbow in the side.
I'd say like almost stage whispering. Like, but the Amsterdam Burl Watch, they're not like the proper watch, are they? Just kind of like nudging the guy closest to me.
Okay. With those two things that you said, Captain Roche is going to stand up. And is going to make his way over to the head of the table. What voice did I do for Roche before? "Is there a problem here, drunken fool?"
Faust would immediately stand up, arrow straight, salute. Mr. Ross, sir! Mr. Ross, sir!
Captain, to you, boy.
Corporal Star, reporting for duty, sir. Just speaking to our fellow comrades in the Hammerfall, sir.
I heard you.
Wait just a little bit.
You are either a liar, drunk on duty, or a deserter. or all of the above? And he puts his hand on the hilt of his on the hilt of his longsword. I think it's time you slept it off. And the other three members of the Hammer Watch are looking pretty annoyed at this. And Rosh sees it and looks at the three of them and says, "Capital or no capital, Captain still outranks corporals and lance corporals."
I think Faust would use message to Rosh and say, Rosh, I'm terribly sorry to make your acquaintance under these circumstances. Been sent here by the governor. I'll come and see you shortly. I'm trying to get information. These riffraff, obviously, they're no match for the watch of Amson Burl.
Just click on message so I can see the spell. Okay, so you send this message to Rosh. The other three members of the watch see you for about 6 seconds, stop and go. As this does have verbal, semantic and material components, one of which is a telegraph wire, which is nice. And they look at you a bit strangely, but Rosh kind of gives you a slightly puzzled but alright nod, and then turns to the other three members of the watch and says, We may have different issues in Amson Burl than in the Hammer, but we both know when it comes to it who has the stronger soldiers. Mind your tongue, or I will cut them out. And he looks again at you. I suggest you sleep it off. This place has ample rooms for the night. And he will go back to his table. The three members of the watch, they saw that you were doing something a bit weird. They also think you were drunk, and so they don't know what you were saying to Rosh, or indeed that you were talking to Rosh. So yeah, what would you like to do?
I think I'd look to move over away from Rosh, kind of like dip my head in, like bits like a conspiratorially. What's the word I'm looking for?
Conspiratorially.
That's the one. Like that. Say, I don't know what his problem is. I'm not feeling great. So, where do I need to be? When do I need to be out here to avoid conscription? When's shit going down? I got some gold into it. I'll just have I'll slide like 5 silver table. Just keep it under my hand.
One of them will say, how much you got there?
I say, how much does it need to be there?
Well, we all know you Amson Burl lot are all corrupt. That's something you won't find in the Hammer. We might be a little more open to third parties taking a more active role in crime and punishment. but at least we're not corrupt. It'll cost you a hell of a lot more than you're used to, son.
I think he'll replace the silver, 5 silver with the 5 gold, and just sat there and just kind of tap his fingers over the top.
Give me a persuasion check. Okay. So the one who was kind of despondent and kind of being really pessimistic about everything takes it from you and says, I'll take that, everything's fucked anyway. War's coming. I've heard everything's being moved up, and if I were a betting man, I'm not saying I am, but if I were a betting man, I'd say there would be a change of leadership around here pretty soon. And we're no more than a couple of days of everything being made official. And take 5 gold pieces off your inventory.
Quite right too. Thank you very much.
What
what sort of time is it now? Sorry.
It's late afternoon.
Yeah. I think I'd say to the table, I was like, it's been a pleasure. I think I might need to sleep it off, like Captain Ross says, and then like fake, like jovial salute to them, and just get up from the table.
Okay, awesome. Buttercup is going to kind of wander in as she gets bored easily. And is going to just very quietly just take a seat just at this table here. Tauchi, you are just sitting and drinking and kind of having a nice time. Is there anything specific that you're doing?
Might start talking to this guy with a long beard.
Okay.
Like busy day.
You're a cat. You look like a cat. Don't see many people look like cats around here.
Yeah, there's quite a few where I come from.
Where are you from?
I don't know.
Like originally, where are you from originally?
It's I never really had a childhood that was memorable. I was brought over on a ship, and
that sounds about right. That's what I've heard about you lot.
What have you heard?
Have
you seen more?
You lot.
More?
Well, cat folk, strange looking folk. They come over on ships. Don't know arse from elbow. Come round here, looking all weird. I feel sorry for you. I'm not one of the ones of prejudice.
That's she. That's you again.
Sorry about that. I'm not prejudiced myself, but you know, don't see a lot of people with your face around here.
Bit of a novelty then, I'm sure.
Are you like part of the entertainment? You gonna do a dance or something?
Oh, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare attempt to entertain without burning.
Oh, yeah, that would be dangerous. That you, I've heard, if you do a performance without immediately splitting your take and paying your dues, they get their top person on you, and then they are strict. That guild, they are the strictest guild I've ever come across. Not like my guild. I'm in the farmers guild. No fucking farms. Ha ha.
Where is the Farmers Guild?
Oh, it's in the basement of the low guild's building. It's not really a guild. It's Alan in a desk.
It's a real shame. Farming's so important. So important for everyone.
Yep.
You seen anything strange about a few days? Strange comings and goings?
Stranger than this. Stranger than all this.
Stranger than this.
Well, now you mention it, there was that big floating thing with lots of eyes. That was pretty strange.
Did you see it? You saw it?
Aye, heading towards the gate with a big kerfuffle. It looks like some kind of rally or protest. I don't get myself involved in politics much, but there were lots of people with lots of weapons and torches and stuff heading that way, and sounds like something big's going to happen. Something big, something to do with lots of eyes. Yeah, big old mouth.
All eyes are on there right now.
I tell you, it's all kicking off now.
Do you know anyone in here?
Well, I know the barkeep. I know him pretty well. I've been here most nights, and I try and keep my distance from the watch. A few of them over there, and there's Esmeralda.
Who's Esmeralda? The young waitress?
She's nice, isn't she?
She's fair.
She's my favourite person.
Bit weird, but okay. It's been good talking to you. Think over here and catch up with this gen. And Tao Chi just slides along the table, just looking around.
Okay. What's Slick's doing at this point?
So I think after hanging around and not seeing anything, I think he would like to scope out the building. No, round the outside.
Okay.
Maybe looking up at the upper floor, looking see if you see anything through the windows. Maybe see if there's any sneaky business going on around.
Okay, so I'm going to delete the phallus from the map. Thank you to who drew that. So yeah, you can have a sneak around, and you can see that it's the accommodation rooms on the first floor are all against the back wall. They all have windows going out. They don't look like they're particularly secure windows. They're eminently sneak-inable for someone of your skills. And you can see that the walls are they're kind of rough bricks, so it wouldn't take a huge amount of skill to successfully scale and climb up them. So if you had the inclination, you could climb up, sneak in, pretty easily through the top and have a peek at what was going on around there?
It's more not for me to break in, but for someone else to break in. How safe would I feel staying here?
Are you thinking, could an assassin get in? Because they absolutely.
I'm in a bad state, and we have an assassin after a. I'm a little bit worried.
So looking up, you would definitely think that if you, as with most of the accommodation that you've seen, you would have to take extra precautions if you wanted to have someone not sneak in and try and kill you.
Right.
There's not like gaping holes or anything, but you're thinking, yeah, you could probably do it.
Okay.
While you're
need some sort of tenos crossbow contraption, maybe.
While you're sneaking around, give me either a perception or investigation check. Okay. Yep, okay. You don't notice anything of particular consequence other than what I've described.
Okay, I think after going around, probably decide, fuck it, and just go inside, and he'd go up to the bar and ask about a room.
Right, yeah, we've got plenty of rooms. You want just for you, or do you want are you taking anyone special with you, or are you bunking up? I don't know why I'm asking. It's pretty much same price, whatever. The rooms at the far end maybe a bit quieter, but I fancy a room for the night. That's no problem at all. That'd be 10 gold.
Very well. And we'll hand over 10 gold. Wait, can I do an insight to see if he's ripping me off?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
That seems reasonable.
That seems very reasonable.
I'll hand over the 10 gold and say any room's fine.
I think Faust would say, did you say 10 gold for a room?
I did. Is there a problem with that, pal?
A bit put off with that response of kind of mumble going, like, fucking townies, expensive fucking rooms, 10 gold, supposed to be less than that.
I'll jest with the barkeep and say, you should charge him more.
You know what? I don't think I've only served him one, but he's clearly had a few before he got here. I think I might. Hey, right. So here's the key to room number 2. It's got quite a big bed actually in there, and if you just put your name in the book, that'd be great. And he kind of flips over a book with a space for you to sign your name, and it has paid written in next to it.
Okay. Now writing a fake name. What fake name did I use last time? Just see if I write it down.
As you're talking about rooms, and because Buttercup saw you disguise yourself, so she knows who you are first, Buttercup will meekly sidle up to the two of you and say, "Where am I sleeping in the same room as any? Where am I sleeping? Because I'll do as I'm told. But I'm a little sleepy. Am I bunking up with one of you?"
I think Faust would kind of gesture to Buttercup to be like, calm it, darling, and would say
You don't punch him with your boyfriend?
say to the barkeep like, oh, the missus is back. I've been caught out. How much did you say it was for a room?
Hey, 10 gold. 10 gold for the room. But that's no matter how many people are sleeping in it. Gives you a wink.
I say, what if there's no sleeping? And I'll give like a really overzealous wink back.
It's still 10 gold, and please don't be quite so creepy.
I say,
You don't put him in the room next to me.
What about if?
I think that's fair.
What about if I bunk with this guy? Like, give him a little elbow.
He's already paid for his room, so unless he wants you in there, yeah, you have to buy your own room, mate. That's kind of how it works.
So, alright. I'll come back to you. I'll ponder it over a drink.
Right, okay, no worries. And so, is this Buttercup should Buttercup taking this that she's sleeping in your room as and when you buy one?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll come back to Tenos and Rosh via WhatsApp later. Is there anything that you guys want to do before heading upstairs to your rooms?
Yes, I would like to find a source of water and soak my my sword sheath in it.
Yeah, there's so I'm going to say that because you'd have seen outside there was a like a dog bowl next to a large barrel of like a barrel that collected rainwater, so you'd be able to easily soak a rag and replenish your sheath for Spitfire.
Okay. That's like on my to-do list before I go to bed every night.
Okay, Tauchi, are you doing anything else before people start heading up? Are you staying in the tavern to sleep?
Yeah, I really don't know. Don't suppose he's got anywhere else to go, to be honest. There's no monasteries or anything that are not like religious, like amongst. Well, I say not religious, you know what I mean? Not the main gods. I guess not, because it'd be further out.
You can certainly try and find one. There's not kind of, it's not. If they are, they wouldn't be as overt as the kind of the district of gods and that kind of stuff. It'd be more kind of, you'd have to know who to ask. They wouldn't, that they wouldn't be kind of part of the network of guilds. They would be their own standalone things. So you could certainly go off and try and find one, and I'm certain that you would find one, but that would take some time and it would take you away from the Golden Axe.
Yeah. Let me just check. I think, I'm down to 4 key points. It's not ideal. I should really get some rest. I think Tauchi would ask the barkeep for a room.
A room. 20 gold.
20 gold seems a bit steep.
Racism.
Will you go any lower? For a mere travelling monk, I don't have much by the way of wealth or material goods.
Aye, you wouldn't do, would you sir? You just come around here, looking all catty. Listen, pal, I run a clean and neat and respectable establishment. I'll no have trouble
Absolutely. If
So,
anything,
I charge
I'll
a
keep
premium.
you away.
I charge a premium to cover damages, and have to get rid of fleas, shite like that.
How she would look up. It's like looking down. He'd look up without moving his head and say, "I don't have fleas."
Give me an intimidation check. Oh! As you say this, he notices how sharp your teeth are, and how your claws and what you're wearing seem to be plain looking, but there's kind of a slight burning smell about them. And so we'll kind of go, all right, you've made your point. It's 10 gold a room. Just don't cause any shite, all right, or I'll get the watch all over you. 10 gold.
Belchi would say 10 gold it is. He'd put 10 gold out and he would heat it up in his palm wraps before dropping it on the counter.
Okay, if you wouldn't mind, please signing your name in the book as you go.
He'd take out his own calligraphy set and he'd sign perfectly, please, and underline.
Excellent. Point of inspiration. Love it.
Hey.
Okay, so are you all going up at the same time, or are you going up? Is anyone going up particularly early or late?
I think. Sorry.
I would say Slicks is just going to go straight up. He's not waiting for anything. He's tired. He didn't sleep the night before either. He could do a rest.
Okay.
However, he is going to attempt to lock himself in the room.
Okay.
So he's going to jam the lock so it can't be opened once he's in. Do I need to do some sort of check for that, or
So before we get to the
within my
room,
skill set?
So before we get to the room, as you go up the stairs, you'll notice as you go upstairs that there's a landing, then the rooms off there. Sitting at the table, the main table there, you see a familiar face. You see Brian sitting at the table. So again, not someone who you're particularly close with, but you definitely recognise Brian. And he's there sitting at the table, he's got his his fingers steepled in front of him, and he kind of looks like he's sitting deep in thought. He looks pretty sullen as he's going up. He doesn't look up, so it doesn't look like he's noticed you. So you're very welcome to just go straight into your room and avoid him, or you can engage him in conversation, as with anyone who comes up the stairs after you.
So I don't think Slicks would engage unless Brian engaged first. So if he doesn't seem to have acknowledged me, I would go straight into the room.
Okay. So so that's the room that you gave the key to. So there's one door in and there's one window. Pretty thin glass, and it's got a latch on the inside, but it's the kind of thing that from the outside, if you kind of slid a thin blade up, you could lift the latch. So yeah, you can do whatever security measures and anything like that you wish that you have the equipment to do with.
Okay, so I would attempt to jam the lock.
Yeah.
assuming that's something I could do with my thieves' tools.
Yes, absolutely.
And then I would also... What can I use?
Use your tampax.
Tell you what. I would also like to use my rapier that isn't Spitfire to jam the latch closed on the window in a way that, you know, it makes it harder to open, but also if someone did open it, the soul would then clang to the floor and make a noise.
Gotcha. Okay. Give me a... what would it be with these? Give me an easy sleight of hand check. Just with the thieves tools. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you do that. You feel like you're pretty safely, securely in your room in such a way that if anyone else tried to get in, you'd know about it.
And collapse on the bed.
Excellent. Faust and Tauchi with Buttercup. As and when you go upstairs, are you the three of you going up together, or are you?
Oh, I've still got the up about 10 gold. I'm gonna go around the bar and kind of usher Buttercup to come back with us.
Okay.
Do a performance. You're in a bar.
Yeah, but I've got two minds about it. We'll come back to that maybe.
Okay.
No, because your disguise doesn't have a permanent.
Exactly. So I think I'd go over to Rosh, still pretending to be still pretending to be quite drunk, and then to kind of lean forwards, or like mockingly salute, so everyone could see, and then sit down and lean forwards, and then very quietly say, perhaps there's somewhere a little quieter perhaps there's somewhere a little quieter we can continue this conversation, sir.
He gives you a slightly contemptuous nod, but then passes through a curtain into a larger room around the back and kind of nods for you to follow. So, what do you want?
I think Faust would drop the disguise upon going through the curtains, and would explain that he's been sent on behalf of the governor to assist the Hammer in what is to come following the issues at Amson Burl. He grew up at Amson Burl. He's aware of the Watch. He's aware that they do very good work. He's keen to help how he can. But he's very concerned about how serious the Watch are in the Hammer, whilst the Amson Burl has issues. Some members going steady. Here, it seems to just be gang there.
So Rosh would share with you that he basically agrees with your assessment. So he hates the fact that there's corruption in the Amson Burl Watch, but he firmly believes that they are stronger as a watch than the Hammer. And that there's kind of just gangs and crime factions are just rife in the Hammer. But what he also shares is that he's kind of been looking around, keeping his ear to the ground, and he indicates to you that as he was telling Tenos, the key to everything is the Veil, because the leadership of the Hammer is crumbling, the authority of the High Lords of the Hammer is waning, and that the Veil are going to take control, and there's going to be a coup. He says that there will be people in the Watch, in the Hammer, who will willingly take part in it. There'll be those in the Watch and the Hammer who take part because they think it's their job, because there's such a leaning towards the gang aspect of things. But he says that basically it doesn't matter because the strength of the coup will come from the Veil, who are more capable than most of the Watch anyway. And he says that this is all going to happen soon.
I think Faust would say the members of the Watch that he was speaking to believe that they're expecting a change of leadership no more than a couple of days away.
He agrees.
And Faust says he knows that reinforcements are due here in 4 to 5 days' time. Does he have any suggestions? There's a gangs and coups aside, there is a much bigger fight to come, and we need capable men.
So, with you saying that, he would turn back and look surprised, and would say, "What kind of reinforcements from Amsambel? More mercenaries like the Broken Oath?"
No. Just double check the right thing. No, so we've been in contact with the governor, and the governor is sending a watch. And he's called in favours, whatever that is. They're marching along the beaten road.
He looks shocked, and he grabs you by the collar. Like, not in an aggressive way, but in a kind of, what the fuck sort of way. Are you serious? He sent my watch under arms to deal with the Hammer. Is that what you're saying?
I think Faust would kind of look through the wall where Tauchi would be like that. Thanks. Yes. That is absolutely what I'm saying.
Okay, he takes a step back and looks. He's in an even worse mood. If only I was there, I would counsel against such an action. War in Athil is now inevitable. The Veil have been looking for an excuse to start war, to sow the seeds of disorder. That is what all of the business in Amsambel before was all about. The governor, without realizing, has likely doomed this country to civil war. We must kill the Veil. Cut the head off the serpent. Destroy the Veil.
How do you propose we do that?
We put a sword through the eye of the beholder. And
Well, We're in
decide
agreement there.
who else should take charge in their place.
What do you know of this beholder?
Him and his remaining lieutenant are extraordinarily powerful. They have some plan to make themselves even more powerful, but I do not know all the details. But I am confident if we kill the beholder, the veil will fall.
Where are the Veil based? Do you know?
They are mostly in Veilhold, but I have seen the Beholder and heard whispers of the Beholder in the tower of Mellifera's library.
I think Faust nods. Do you? So whilst we are capable of force, we are few. We're looking for strong allies. That's why the Watch are marching toward the Hammer. Are there any like-minded in the Hammer that may be able to assist in the fights to come?
There was a strong resistance, but it seems many of their leadership have been killed. They called themselves the Sleepless Vow. If someone were to gather, unite, and provide proper ordered leadership, that might help.
I'd nod to Rosh and say thank you. You've given us a lot to think about. Where can we find you tomorrow?
Let's see, where would he be? I will be in Dwarvenholm. Axe Street. Number 2B.
Say to be and would thank Mosh for service and bid him good night.
Okay.
And would step away, disguising himself back as the commoner. I'd ask Buttercup to come out in 4 or 5 minutes' time.
Okay. Cool. So you do this. Is everyone else going up to their rooms?
Yeah, I think, Tauchi would. He'd probably turn around to this guy and be like, "What are you, a Jedi?" And then stop for a second and be like, "I don't know what that means." And then walk off.
As you walk off, you hear this guy under his voice go, Jedi. Now that sounds cool. Yes, I think I am. That's what I'll call myself. Jedi.
He's the next BBG in the next campaign. Yeah, he's a Jedi, but he turns to the dark side.
Off he charts upstairs. We go.
Okay. So you go upstairs, and Faust and Buttercup.
So Faust would walk over to the bar, set up the tab, and then stagger out the bar. And would then remove his disguise, basically disguise back himself, put himself back as he is, walk up to the bar, say how much for it.
Hey, tingled me.
That motherfucker. So 10 gold. 10 gold seems steep. Surely you can do a better price than that.
Hey, yeah, well, you know, if you ask, you're gonna start off. You gotta start off at 10, don't you? That's how haggling works. I go 5 gold.
I say 5 gold. 5 gold it is. Thank you, sir.
Hey, no worries.
And I tell you what, 6 for your honesty, sir.
Hey, that's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. And he will, as what he's used to in this kind of situation, will take the book. You have a pleasant night, Mr. Smith.
Thank you very much, sir.
And he hands you the key to him.
And I'm expecting, with what I've told Buttercup, that she'll be coming out.
Yeah, so she sees you, and
Join me.
she will
Head straight upstairs.
Okay. So I'll just move Tertiary out of the way, and you guys will go upstairs. And as the two of you get upstairs, Brian looks up, and his eyes are fixed on Buttercup. And he stands up and looks at her and says, I swore a vow. I swore it. It was you. You're the one who killed Dovkin. I swore a vow that I would kill you. Buttercup looks very puzzled by this, but Brian seems pretty adamant as he pulls out his weapon. Let me just quickly get his thingy thing. Yeah, so he pulls out his maul. I was waiting on the tallest tower for the one who approached, who was responsible for Dorfkin's death, but I saw it clear as day. It was you. In a cave, you summoned a creature. You sucked the life out of him. Now I will kill you in vengeance for my fallen brother. And with that, I think I'm going to need people to roll some initiative.
Does Slicks need to? He's asleep.
So Slicks can hear what's going on. It is entirely...
No, he's already asleep. He's already asleep.
Oh, if you're asleep, in that case, you may choose if you are Because you'll once it kicks off, you'll hear the commotion. It is entirely up to Slicks as to whether he thinks, nah, not my problem.
So
I need the rest. If you do get involved, then you'll probably you won't have healed up any, and you are at risk.
I'm very much at risk. I'm at disadvantage on pretty much everything. I have pretty much 0 spell slots left.
Yeah.
I also don't think we should be fighting, Brian. I think we should try to de-escalate before, the clash of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Faustus Tauchi could be like, no, it wasn't her. We were there. It wasn't her. Rather than stand there being silent.
Spoken like a true pussy.
And also, it's going to take me like 4 turns to get out of my room. Jam the bloody door lock.
That's true. But yeah,
So for now, he's not.
okay. So Brian has his maul out, and he is. He means business. It is Tauchi's go.
Okay. I think Tauchi would move to speak to Brian and be like, whoa, hands up. I don't know what's that. He'd be there going, whoa. It's not her. I mean, it might be in the future, but it's not her now. For sure.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, come on, Ollie.
That has not been effective. That was your action.
Yeah, just trying to think. No, you know what? Save my bonus actions for now. I think, yeah, I'd probably then skirt around him to kind of stand in the front, get in the way, but then leave it at that.
Okay.
Just be there like, please.
Buttercup's go. I'm going to mark a 1 for her turn thing, as she is now has the flame as described.
Excellent. That's what you... So, at the
How much damage does Faust take?
well, I say at the moment, is it basically just the square that she's on?
At the moment, it is just her.
Okay.
So Faust won't take any damage from her yet.
But it's
So I
also translucent, so he can't see it, right? He doesn't know it's happening.
He can see that it's there, but it's kind of... It looks like... It doesn't look like fiery fire. It looks like some kind of ghostly magical, like ghost flames.
Is it night time? By the way.
So there was... so well, you arrived there late afternoon, and then you spent some time drinking, talking to people. So it's at the earliest kind of starting to get dusky, at the latest, late evening.
Okay, cool.
But there are still lots of patrons in the bar. Innocent bystanders, you might call them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think Buttercup would kind of look at what Tauchi and Faust and would just kind of claim ignorance and just say she doesn't want any trouble, and would
I
look.
don't know what y'all are on about.
Exactly. I would look to bark skin.
Let's
Herself.
take this outside, Becky.
No,
Instead
I
of
think she'd.
getting all these innocent people involved.
No,
No one
she's
would
got
say
nothing
that.
wrong. She's got
No,
nothing
only
to worry
Dovkin would
about.
say that.
She's just gonna
He's not.
come over here and just sit right at the table in the corner, mind her own business, just kind of like head down. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Be sure. After casting Bark Skin.
Okay. What is your guardian that can't fit through the door going to do?
The guardian that can't fit through the door is gonna just walk round a bit. There we go. That's it. That's turn.
Okay. So Brian is going to cast 60 feet, 10-foot radius, so that just hits Buttercup. Is going to cast Flame Strike at Buttercup.
What a prick.
So just 5. So that would be a dexterity saving throw, please. Oh, okay, 15. What would the...
So it's a DC 0 saving throw.
be
So I think she passed.
plus proficiency 9, 10, 11 plus spellcasting 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that does pass. So because the DC is 14 if it's 8 plus proficiency plus modifier, so you take half of 4d6, 8d6. That's not bad. Half of 29.
I mean, she's only got 37 health. So.
Yeah. So she takes 14
14.
damage.
Hmm.
And he will just say again, I swore a vow. Our vow must not be broken. I saw it. You killed Dorfkin. Faust, it is your go.
Faust would position himself probably about there, just so Brian cannot get to Buttercup without going through Faust. And he would...
It's very out of character, standing up for Buttercup.
Not out of character at all. I think Faust would do. Yeah, I think he'd look to use. Where there's. What is it? Suggest. Suggestion on Brian. Would say, I suggest you sit down and think about this. She did not kill Dorfkin. See for yourself. When you take off Dorfkin's ring and throw it to him.
Okay. So you can play this one of two ways. You can cast suggestion in a way that makes him stop attacking and think about what he's done, or you can cast suggestion to make him to suggest he interacts with the ring that has Dwarfkin's spirit in it. Because I'm not sure which one you're intending to do, so I want to be absolutely clear.
That's fair.
Toss the ring.
That's fair. I'll just in that case I'll say she didn't do it. Put on the ring.
Okay. So puts on the ring, and you can see that he seems to be kind of muttering and mumbling to himself, and you pick up the odd word like truth, honor, Ilmater, vow, that kind of thing. And he locks eyes with you after he does this. I've done what you asked. Put on the ring. Spoke with Dwarfkin, my brother. It was her. He has told me. So you get the impression from this that not only is he convinced from his own vision, but that Dwarfkin is also convinced that it was Buttercup that caused him to die.
Don't be saying that Buttercup's the first lady.
I mean, there were clues.
Yeah, there's been tons of clues.
Yeah.
And you basically fed Buttercup's future self to your patron.
What could go wrong?
Mm-hmm. Although it's not necessarily her future self.
Is
It's
probably
one of many possibilities.
Is there anything else that Faust is doing?
Faust is getting the remaining cider from the bathroom.
I didn't have my beer.
Why did you decide
From the bathroom? Is that like an emergency? Like a toilet stand?
Hannah just messaged me saying, "I'm going to bed. Do you want the rest of my cider?" And she's just getting ready for the bathroom. As with Hannah, I don't put it in the bathroom. Don't speak. No, I think sensibly. I don't think Faust could only do anything sensibly more in his 6 seconds.
You're not going to ask for help from girl Mephistopheles?
I mean,
boss.
My action is using message. Put on the ring. Here's the ring. I can't do that.
So he does this, but he also takes off the ring and places it on the table. Tauchi.
I think Tauchi would still be pleading with Brian, and it's not dark yet, is it? So I think Tauchi would be there saying that there's a lot of innocent people around, and this isn't the time or place. And she is not who you think she is. Who the person you might have seen is not this person. She won't become this person because we won't allow it. We can stop that from happening.
You of all people should know that you cannot interfere with the wheels of fate. We are all merely spectators. You of all people should know that. I will have revenge.
I of all people think that fate has a lot more play in it than you might believe.
Give me a persuasion, or if you're trying to intimidate him, intimidation check.
Oh, neither's great, but let's have a look. Persuasion. I'll just do persuasion.
That's not a fantastic persuasion roll. Is there anything else you're doing?
Was that an action?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Yeah, I think he will. I'll use the bonus action to set my gloves to lightning
Okay.
and say, "Don't do this. It's a waste for everyone involved." And that's turn.
Okay. Buttercup has the size of her flamey aura increase. So let's...
Shit bags. Forgot about that bit.
In fact, I'll do aura radius 5-foot circle. There we go.
Nice.
No one's
So
caught it yet.
that's now burning the building.
The wood is getting singed. Yes. What is Buttercup going to do?
I think she is sensibly going to. She's going to step up towards Faust and seek destruction.
Okay, Faust, make me a dexterity saving throw, please. You avoid her flames.
Now, when I avoid my flames, is this like I'm unaware of what's going on, or I'm aware that I got lucky?
So you manage to kind of, because it's not a perfect aura around it. The dexterity saving throw is kind of, you are able to kind of keep out of their way enough to not cause you significant damage as she comes towards you. And she's looking to you for instruction. Is this you asking is this you trying to find out from the DM what is the approach to take that would be safest for everyone involved, or are you just kind
no.
This is just
No,
what
not
she
at
would
all.
do?
This is Buttercup just being like,
Okay.
this guy has fucking attacked me. I'm getting up. I'm ready to go. This is, am I going or am I not going?
Okay.
If we had had time to discuss it, I think Tauji would say it's time for her to go back. And I think that was what he'll probably say next time. Next round.
Okay. Is she doing any other actions?
Let's see. I think, let's say G will do. Yeah, I think she'll cast Shillelagh. as if to like, I am prepping to fuck shit up.
Okay, so as that's not an offensive spell, you don't do the whole thing, but yeah.
And I think that will be. I think she'd also look to ready an action to attack if Brian comes into close quarters with the intention of attacking her.
Okay. Your guardian?
He's just going to move up so he's underneath the window.
Okay.
Which is about there. Ish.
Okie dokie. Brian is going to. Let's see. Yeah, so he can make it. So he will take an opportunity attack from Tauchi, because he's not disengaging. He's going straight over to Buttercup.
Yeah, I think Archie would attack at that point.
That is a miss, I'm afraid. He is not going to make any attempt to stay out of the flames or dodge them, so he will automatically fail his dex saving throw. So we'll take the radiant damage from Buttercup.
4d8.
Okay. I'll let you roll that as Buttercup.
Good girl, Buttercup. Good girl.
Okay.
Good rolls.
20. If you want, Buttercup can try and trigger her readied action, but as an offensive action, that will be subject to the wisdom save.
Yeah, so I think I said if it's clear for him coming up with the intention of attacking,
He is
that
100% doing that.
I mean, then she 100% would attack.
It's so you need to see if she attacks Brian.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
So we have so it could be, so in order we have got 1, 2, 3, 4. So Slicks is not within eyeshot of this, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So roll a d5. 1 is Faust. 2 is this guy. 3 is Tauchi. 4 and 5 are the other bystanders. So, okay, so it's against the bystander. What offensive action is being taken?
So that's 1d6 now, right? To determine what it's doing now. Oh, whatever action you want. Okay.
Okay.
So let's go for...
So, any action you want, you could just say, no, I'm in control. Or do a defensive thing.
Yeah. Let's go for Druidcraft. That kind of feels like it's kind of got some semblance of control, but not really.
Okay.
Just like a bit of rain.
Okay, this person, while terrified and scared of what's happening, is being gently drizzled upon. Let's go with that one. And Brian is going to make 2 more attacks against Buttercup.
Shit.
24. Does 15 hit?
15 doesn't hit.
Okay, so 12 bludgeoning.
It.
And we'll once again say, I made a vow. I will see it through.
So is this a railing here?
Yeah, so that's the
Below
edge of
could
this.
look up and see what's happening.
Yeah, so that's the edge of this floor, and it goes down to the blurred tables down here are the floor below.
Oh, okay.
So this is all a landing.
Like a mezzanine. Okay, cool.
Is Faust's go?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple of steps back. Do I take an opportunity attack?
Oh, you do.
Alright.
15
That hits. Yeah.
for 14 bludgeoning.
Okay. Eldritch Blast! Times 2. Including the knockback.
They both hit. So that is plus 8 and
3
plus 15. And knockback. Yep, he's pushed against here. Let's see. He's wearing heavy plate. Would he fall through the railings? I think we need a check for that.
Okay.
So,
Strength check on the railings.
so what would?
Would it
Yeah.
not be a deck save against the strength of the railings? Yeah.
So yeah. So let's.
Like, is he able to catch himself if they were to crumble?
Let's have it in here.
We're talking about pine or oak or.
I mean, if they're trying to sell rooms for 20 gold a night,
Yeah.
it's got to be a nice place, right? No, hang on, no, it's a dive bar. It's going to be made of paper.
Okay. So let's see. What would it be? So let's say the railings. They're nice railings. And they're substantial. They're basically they're designed so that people don't fall off the edge because it's a bar. People will be drinking, but he is heavy and wearing plate. So I would say if you roll me a d20 and if you get above if you get 15 or above, he falls through the railings. So he's bashed up against them. But I'll tell you what though, what I will say, Buttercup is burning things. So I will give you advantage on that, so I will let you roll again.
Okay.
Because, there's a wood component here.
No, what the fuck?
I can't say fairer than that. Slicks, what's your passive perception?
15.
15. Okay. And are you trying to sleep at this point?
Yes.
You hear a slight rattle at your window.
Okay.
Touchy.
Okay. Okay. Tauchi. Can I say something small as I'm running?
Yeah.
So Tauchi's going to shout fast, get her back to the ladies. Get her back to the ladies. We can't send her anywhere. And then he's going to run up to Brian and try and twat him double fisted punch.
28 will hit.
And with that, there's also a plus D6 lightning? Yeah. D6 lightning. Huh?
12 plus 5.
You do a knockback.
Yes. But not as part of my normal hits.
Ooh.
So made okay, so he made attack there. He will do a stunning strike and take a key point off there. Start. This is dangerous.
Okay, con save, DC 15. Fails.
Knocks him down.
So he is stunned.
Okay, so
Until the end of your next turn. Okay, interesting.
can I hit him again?
He's stunned, so you have advantage, so that crits.
Do I need to add something for that crit?
No, it's done it for you. So it just does your damage dice twice.
Okay.
So that's plus 16.
And then oh yeah, that's still plus 6 again. I think that's on every hit. Yeah, every hit. So that's good. And then he's going to do a flurry of blows. Take another key point off.
How many key points are you on now? 2?
Yeah, 2. Really bloody low. And I got no way of getting them back quickly. Okay, and then next hit. The 16?
16 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Oh, sorry, 17.
Oh,
'cause it's an
17
event.
also does not.
Okay. Okay. 23?
23 will.
Excellent. So next will be so first do the hit plus d6, 1d6, blah, blah, blah. 18,
Nice.
and with that we've got the open hand technique. So he's going to need to make a strength saving throw.
Automatically fails.
Automatically fails.
Good,
Okay,
stunned.
so that sends him 15 feet backwards.
Okay. Roll a d20 twice to see if it breaks through the rail. Nope. Afraid not. I will say that he will take some bludgeoning damage from that because he's not been able to go through. So give me. So yes, setback. 2d10. Okay, yeah, so he'll take 7 damage because he is
Not
in.
the rules lawyer here. With your mystical palm wraps, did you use them on the scarecrow?
No, I didn't. I only set them on fire because I needed to choose a bonus action to do that. I was thinking about it at the beginning, so I was trying to figure out whether I did, but I wouldn't have because the bonus action is too valuable to me.
Right, okay.
Assuming I engaged him straight away, which I'm pretty sure
How
I
did
did.
how did you set it on fire?
Did you say?
Oh, I can do that anytime.
The bonus action is to imbue with the magic.
Monk can choose. Yeah, no, at any time. The monk can choose between fire, ice, water, or lightning damage when making an unarmed strike. Additionally, once per short rest, they can imbue the fists with extra damage.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, no mind. Sorry.
So I can make an elemental attack at will, but
It just means your basic attack does that damage, but if you want to do additional damage, you can bonus attack. Okay, no, that's fine, sorry. Carry on.
Cool. Is that your go?
oh yes, so bonus action used. Who's next? Buttercup. Okay. Yes, I'm not going to move into that fire. Actually, if anything, I'm going to look a bit worried about it and move back towards Joyce the Fifth.
Okay, so Buttercup. She is going to have a bit more fire around her. So Brian is going to automatically fail again, and so take the damage. Is it 2d8?
It's 48.
4d8 damage. 21. Okay, and what would Buttercup like to do?
Buttercup is highly conflicted. She has been attacked when she's done nothing wrong. She's just come to where she's been told to do, and is just trying to be good little Buttercup. And this guy is really unpleasant. She wants to attack, however, she's also really not feeling too great. So I think probably a wisdom saving throw seems like a fair shout. I reckon 11 and above, she'll go out the window to hop on to Faust's Guardian that's sat there waiting. Up to 10, she'll attack.
Okay.
I think
Bear in
that's
mind,
like a fair way.
the window is closed.
You don't think a little thing like a closed window is going to stop her?
I'm just making sure that you're aware of all of these things. Given she's on 11 HP, I just want you to go into this with your eyes open.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
For pound. Right, she's attacking anyway.
How tall is Faust's Guardian? Can he reach the window to smash it?
I've just got to do a so. Come on. Oh, it's the time to do it.
Oof.
Okie dokie. So she can actually attack properly now, right?
She can attack against her intended target. You've got to decide. You've got to figure out what she's going to do.
That's going to be Brian. Chaotic Berserker.
Doesn't seem like it's got a good ring to it. Or have we got someone getting taken over by chaos?
I mean, it seems fitting, right? Does 25 crit hit?
You know it does.
You know. So. Is that right?
So it should just.
Oh. Sorry, my bad. Oh,
2d10 plus 2. So it'll be the 19 plus. The 9 plus the 10 plus 2 plus 7 plus 7. Because it'll be the damage dice twice. So it'll be 21 plus 14. Plus 21 and plus 14. Good hits. It's a good thing that didn't happen against anyone else. Yeah. Is that her go?
I think so. I don't think taking a attack opportunity is a great idea.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly just...
He wouldn't be stunned.
Oh, that's a fucking good point.
Let's see. That table and chairs starting to catch actual flames now. That's been in fire
In that
for
case,
quite a while.
I think should look to look over to the window and be like, where's the Guardian? Faust mentioned something about it being here.
Okay. I mean, she can walk over and have a look.
Yeah.
It'd be a free action to open a window.
I think I'd open the window then.
Okay.
Just stand on the
change.
ledge.
Okay. Fast Guardian.
House Guardian will just kind of reach up, ready to accept a buttercup.
Okay. Brian not doing anything. All you can hear is just him going, "Vow, she must die." And Faust, it is your go. 21 hits, 13.
This fucking house is made of concrete.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I think I'll maybe take a step, just a step back.
Okay.
Turn.
What's happening with my window?
So, since we're at the end of the round, so are you taking a look at the window?
Yeah, due to being on edge and worrying about someone trying to break in and hearing a rattling at the window, you would try to peer out.
Okay.
This is oh, fuck.
So you see, Clean, just kind of hanging there, looking in your window, and he looks in, and he pushes a small envelope through the crack in the window, and you see him smile like a shit-eating grin on his face, and he gives a little laugh, and you just see him go,
Ooh.
"I believe I said it would buy you one night. I like a bit of entertainment." And then he's going to switch to one side, so that he is out of sight.
I'll read the note.
It's not a note. It's inside the envelope. There is some white powder.
Oh.
With on the inside of the envelope, it is just scrawled, "Sniff."
It's some soap, isn't it? Is it soap?
I mean, you can try and determine that.
What does it smell like? Does it smell like soap?
Yeah, if you give me a perception check, or investigation check.
No.
You
Fuck
think
this shit.
it is? I mean, it could be anything. You have come across soap before. In this campaign, you've not come across any other powdery substance. Intuit from that what you will.
So is he just hanging there now, or is he?
He's
gone?
swung away. You can't see where he is unless you stick your head out the window and have a look.
Not doing that. Fuck that. Stick me out of the window, chop my head off. I can guillotine it.
Are you trying for your fourth character here? Is that what's happening?
No! I want to play slicks. He's fun. I just got in a bad state and now everybody wants to kill me. I will then put the rapier back and I will also block it up with, I don't know, is there something like wardrobe I could take the door off to jam it into the window as well?
Yeah, there's a spare bed, so you can take the bed frame and kind of wedge that against
Yeah.
the... Yeah, okay.
I'll do that. And I'll be like, go away! I want to sleep.
Okay, so to be clear, you're not snorting the powder.
Not yet.
Okay,
I'm not ready yet.
okay. Tauchi, it is your go.
Okay. Okay. You know what? That table on fire.
Yep.
You can run up
She's
again,
starting.
hop on the.
She's starting to burn the tavern down now.
Buttercup.
You're gonna punch the fire out like you did.
No, I'm not. I attempted to. But currently got them imbued, and I think because they are imbued for a minute, I don't think it would make sense to be able to change them while they're imbued with lightning. I've chosen element for the next minute, yeah, so I'm stuck with the element for the next minute. And I'm stuck with lightning. So, set lightning on the fire. No, gonna hit Faust, obviously.
Hit Faust.
By Faust, you mean right?
Faust.
I mean, I'd believe
what is
either. Yep, 28 hits.
Cool. Block. That's 12. Oh, plus the old D6. And then, you know what? If I went to stun him again, does that automatically succeed? It's a con saving throw.
It's only Dex and Strength saving throws that automatically fail.
That's
Let's see.
yeah, that would seem a bit broken. Like the old rogues, stun up. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, so I'm not doing the stunning strike, ignore that. I'm doing the just another clause. Does 20 hit?
20 does hit.
Oh wait, so it's not 20 anymore. He's no longer stunned.
No, he's still stunned
That's
at
at
the end of your go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so 20 hits, cool. Claws. Let's see, six. I am low on key points. Can't really afford. I might have to. I don't think we're going to break this bloody barrier this way.
You're gonna burn down the whole place, and there's just this one barrier. It's just.
We're wreckage in a perfect barrier.
Buttercup's next. Okay, if I stun him, it gives Buttercup more chance to get away. This does make sense to try and stun him then. So I will spend a key and attempt to stun.
Okay, so con saving throw.
Yeah, con saving DC 15. Has he got advantage?
It is 23. He doesn't have advantage, but it's 23.
Okay.
Let me just double check my handy DM screen. Attack rolls, can't speak, incapacitated, can't take actions, reactions. No, there's nothing that says it rolls that with disadvantage, so it passes.
Fair enough. And oh shit, because Buttercup should have pushed her out the window. Oh no, she goes next. And the fire's spreading, isn't it? So I think Tauchi would again jump back towards Joyce face, kind of to shield him a bit.
That's not Joyce.
That's not Joyce.
Isn't it? It's not Joycey. Oh.
Joycey looks subtly different, although I realise now they are very similar.
Does he look like a bit of a dodgy dealer?
He looks a lot like Cut Me Own Throat Dibbler.
Yeah.
It's cut me own throat. Oh. So Tauchi knows of Dibbler, yeah.
He looks like him, but it's not him, because I didn't mean specifically to put him in.
Is he some sort of dodgy dealer, or just
Yes, let's say yes.
He would clearly be. Okay. Could I just mutter to him as I step back, just like, you got anything for sleeping?
Is the response you get. Okay. So Brian is no longer stunned. Buttercup has now a 15-foot radius fiery aura. And there is fire around the stairs. And this bit of rail is collapsed.
That bit of rail's collapsed.
Because she's moved. What's Buttercup doing?
So Buttercup is again eyeing up. I think the fair thing to do would be another wisdom saving throw. I think she's pretty much convinced that she's going to jump out the window, but let's say 5 or less, and she'll attack.
Okay.
All right. She's gonna hop out the window to land on my guardian.
Okay. Make me a acrobatics check. See how graceful she falls and if she takes any damage, because it's taverns quite high up.
That perfect. Lands just like
Yeah.
Olympic gymnast. Sticks the landing.
Yep. And Faust's guardian, make a dexterity saving throw, please, as she is on fire. Pass.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's that. I think Faust's guardian would look to be running away a bit. So she sprints.
Run away!
Yeah. Sprint that far away.
Okay.
So that's Buttercup's and then Faust's guardians go as well.
Okay, so they get down to there. Okay. So Brian would hop over the barrier, and eesh. Take some damage.
He doesn't seem very redeemed right now, does he?
Seems like a bit of a dick.
I mean,
Brian redeemed?
compared to Evil Brian. So where would that be down here? So
On the table.
that would be there. So then it would be 15 feet.
Will Tenos catch this?
Tenos is out of risk and danger, but he's also not able to participate in the action. So Brian
Would the rest of the watch that are here not have anything to say? The building they're in is starting to burn down.
On the first floor.
They are doing stuff. They're not doing stuff to particularly help you guys. But I didn't have time to kind of duck in and move tokens around. But I will update later with what they've been doing. But it's not been particularly helpful for you guys. So Brian is going to dash there, and I don't think any of his other stuff is a bonus action. So he's going to go there. So it's basically going to be if he can get to Buttercup before Buttercup leaves the map. If Buttercup continues running, then she'll escape. Otherwise, Brian will catch up. Faust.
Okay. So I think Buttercup. Faust would look to cast Fly on himself, and that's it. So he can now fly 60 foot. Let's go 25, 30.
You probably got
Shit,
these windows.
so it goes to. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
But that's
I'll
not
go, free action, I think. Or are those ones openable?
Yeah, your free action to open a window.
Okay, that's 50 foot to get to there. And then. $60 there.
Okay.
And that's turn then, I guess.
Tachi.
Oh, I tell you what, no. Let's do a healing word at level 3. On to Buttercup.
Okay.
Really?
Lol. That was at level 3. You did
That was level
16.
3. No, 12. 12 healing.
6. Right.
Okay. Tachi. Tachi?
Right.
Just in case you guys need reminding, the tavern is on fire.
Yeah, but so I'm just thinking.
And your
Tauchi-
companion is asleep in said tavern behind locked doors.
Probably less worried about companion at the moment and more about 3 bystanders.
Oh. Fairness, one's being drizzled on, so they're probably alright for fire.
Yeah,
Use them to put out the fire.
yeah, they can just walk around. So, let's just have a quick think. Where's Brian on this bottom map? 3 down from the triangle, so he's here.
Yep.
50.
You're not attempting to put out the fire? No? You're just gonna
50.
let it burn down?
Well, no, it's probably pretty big now. I don't think Tauchi would be capable of putting it out. I mean, he can hit pretty fast, but
Alright, let's design my new character.
also, he's still imbued with lightning, so he can still not put out the fire because
There are
he
other
was
ways to
neutral.
put out the fire. Do you not have this water skin? There's probably...
Oh, listen, if you've got a full-on fire
Raging
going,
inferno.
tipping a pint
That's
over it isn't going to make any difference.
I was more thinking Tauchi could get the people down because he could just fly them down, but he's also going to want to. You know what? Buttercup moved pretty fast. I think he's going to be confident in Buttercup. So, he would look at this guy and probably try and grab him.
Yeah.
Do I need to do a grapple?
No, he's pretty feeble compared to you.
Cool. So grab him and float on over here.
Yep.
This way, and then just lower him down onto the table.
Lovely.
And then probably got enough movement to do this guy with the same, I imagine, round. Oh, McDrizzly, I think, is fine. So this guy would probably, and then Tauchi, assuming he's at like half movement sort of thing. And lowering down. You know what though? This is where he would be using his 3-line agility to run around the top floor and grab these people. So yeah, I think he'll move to get this person as well.
Okay.
And lower him down, yeah.
Cool. Is that everything that Tauchi's doing?
Yeah, any remaining movement, which considering he moved 5 foot, then what? 15, 20 foot drop. 15, 20 back. Yeah, okay. Maybe 5 or 10 left. I'm going to stick him there.
Okay.
Heading towards 6.
So, Buttercup, her aura doesn't catch anyone new, but it will potentially hurt the Guardian again. Are you continuing to run away?
Shit. 48. Shit!
Brian is not doing well on hit points. But if you run away, then Brian will won't be able to. If you keep on running, Brian won't be able to catch you.
So no. So to be honest, I think probably same as last time. I think should still. I think five or less and she'll attack. Otherwise, she'll run away. Yeah, she's gonna get the hell out of here.
Okay. So Brian is going to give up the chase. And is going to turn back, and he's going to turn and say to you, "Another day, I will fulfill my vow." But then he's going to, he tells you that he's going to go and try and put out the fire. He's not doing well on hit points. Are you going to let him, or are you going to knock him and subdue him, or are you going to kill him? He will move back inside the tavern. Actually, he'll be dashing. So he'll get to there. So it's Faust's go. You can let him carry on the fire. You can get rid of him now, or you can wait until he's finished putting out the fire.
I think Faust would follow behind. So is everybody that's here actually here?
No.
Like, are these token people? So the tavern's pretty much empty?
So there's some people running around, a bit of a panic. The watch are not there. Rosh looks like he's going to be trying to help put out the fire.
Okay, so is anybody having a quick cursory look around Faust? Is anyone looking at Faust?
They're not paying Faust too much attention.
Alright, in that case, I think Faust is going to fireball.
Okay.
Brian, because he won't stop.
Fail. You cannot stun or subdue with a fireball. He had 1 hit point left.
Oh!
As you cast this fireball, you just you don't hear a scream or a shout. You just hear, "My brother, I failed you. I'm sorry." And then coughs. And then this suit of armour falls to its knees and falls down to the floor with a lifeless body that is smouldering inside. And that is where we're going to call it.
Alright, and every cloud, so because I took them to 0 health, I get some temporary hit points. You know, every cloud.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
Ill-mated lot, I bet shit, aren't they?
They are. Well, cunts. Little bitches, that's what it is.
Yeah.
He would have been a helpful ally, and we're just like dropping allies like flies.
He would have been helpful had he not have been hell-bent on killing someone.
Yeah, but Buttercup needs to go back to the ladies now.
And maybe that's true, but maybe we should have a dialogue rather than using our big swords to have that conversation.
So there was, short of a double crit success, given what you'd know about how devout Brian was, and how he was certain in his own mind, but then it was confirmed by the fact of Dorfkin's own spirit confirming to him, nothing short of a double crit success would have stopped him from trying to kill Buttercup.
I think there's obviously a temptation to use the scripture. Tauchi is pushing back against fate at the moment, and fate would send her to a place where she could become the first lady.
I mean, that bit of scripture is for you to use or not use entirely as you wish. Does the rest of the party know about it?
Well, that's a good point. Did he share it? Would he have shared it? I don't think he necessarily would have shared it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have.
Okay. Cool. So in that case, so Rosh would have been marshalling efforts to put out the fire, and after the local watch had gotten as many of the people out as possible, they would join, and so remarkably, Slicks is able to continue sleeping in his room if he likes, undisturbed. And will gain the benefits of a long rest. Everyone else will be a bit sleepy. Apologies for the slightly longer session, but I didn't want to break that halfway through without seeing if Buttercup was going to die or not. We will pick it up next week.
Cool.
Nice.
Thank you.
Awesome.
For the avoidance of doubt, Faust would be helping with the putting it, the fire putting out, and talking loudly in the confusion of like, where's this fire come from? And would look to find Dorfkin's ring ASAP.
Okay. It was left on the table, so you can add Dorfkin's ring back to your inventory.
Sweet.
Cool.
Cool.
Awesome. Cheers, guys. And
Cheers.
I'll catch you next week.
Alright, cheers. Cheers. Bye.
There you go.
Thanks very much.